Right, welcome back to the channel. Good evening from Philippines. Mangandang umaga. No, this is Mangandang Gabi. Mangandang Gabi means good evening in the Philippines. Mangandang umaga is good morning. Mangandang apun is good afternoon, I think. Kumusta ka? Kumusta ka is how are you? So this is Waray. This is Waray. No, this is Tagalog. So Waray is Maupay na Gabi is good evening. Maupay na Gabi. Waray is the Leyte region. Most people in the Leyte region they speak Waray. So Philippines speak like 250, 250 plus languages. I heard just like the Cameroons, they speak more than 250 languages. So Maupay na Gabi. If you are watching from Tacloban, Leyte, if you're watching in the Philippines, uh, Mangandang Gabi. So our topic today is to sensitize foreigners on issues of dating a married person. Dating a married person in the Philippines is a big crime. If you're dating a married person in the Philippines, it's a big crime. You can go to jail for that. The law says, let me read what the law says about dating a married person in the Philippines. What does the law says about dating a married person in Philippines? So we're gonna read what the law says about dating a married person in Philippines. Okay. In the Philippines, dating a married person can have legal consequences depending on the situation. The law mainly deals with this under adultery and concubinage in the revised penal code. Here is the simple explanation. Dating a married woman, adultery. Under Article 333 of the revised penal code, adultery happens when a married woman has sexual relations with a man who is not her husband, and the man knows she is married. So if you know that she is married and you go ahead to have uh, sex with her, you are liable to this Article 333. If you are a foreigner visiting the Philippines, you should be very careful with the people that you date. It's very important for you to know that the person you date is single. We are going to come to that on how to know that she is single. Right. So, but you understand the laws of the Philippines first, because ignorance of the law is not an excuse, right? So, legal consequences. Both the married woman and her boyfriend, lover, can be charged with adultery. You'll be charged with adultery. So, let's see. The penalty can be up to about 6 years in prison. Oh, 6 years in prison for adultery. Important. The husband must file the complaint for the case to proceed. So, this is another case. Okay, if you are married and your wife is cheating on you, and you have facts, I mean, you have evidence, you can file a complaint, right? You can file a complaint that she's cheating on you, and your wife and the boyfriend can go to jail for up to 6 years imprisonment. Oh my goodness, that's huge. That's huge. That's huge. For example, if a man knowingly has a sexual relationship with a married woman, both can be jailed. So what if the man doesn't know? What if the man doesn't know that the woman is married? What if the lady doesn't tell you that she is married and you go ahead to have intercourse with her? So what will happen? Let's see. Dating a married man. Let's go to dating a married man, or concubinage is also under Article 334 of the Penal Code of the Philippines. So this is why am I doing this? Is just because a lot of foreigners come over to the Philippines and they don't understand the laws here. You go ahead to date somebody and you think it's the same like in Europe, where a woman can openly date whosoever they want to date, even if they are married and separated. If they're separate, if they're living separately, but she is still married and tied because there's no divorce in the Philippines, you're still liable to face the consequences, even though she's living alone, or even though he is living alone. So the woman can also file against the man. Let's see what the law says. Under Article 334, a married man commits concubinage if he keeps a mistress in the family home or has sex with another woman in scandalous circumstances or lives with the mistress somewhere else. Hmm. So I say lives with the mistress somewhere else, that's punishable by law. Keeps a mistress in the family home, also punishable by the law. Lives with a mistress somewhere else, also punishable by law. So if you are joining the channel, please leave a subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section. What do you understand by this? And if it's something that is really serious, is it well implemented? Because, from in Cameroon, most of the laws are theoretical. They are not really, really implemented. So I want to know if this is really, really implemented. And just thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the channel. This is Breezes. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Our live stream is every day 8 p.m. Let's talk social issues. Okay, let's continue to see what are the penalties, right? Possible penalties of a man living with a woman if he is married and living with another woman. So the possible penalties is husband up to about 4 years imprisonment. Woohoo! Mistress, what's that? Distero. Banishment from certain places. No jail. Okay, so the woman goes free. The woman goes free but she will be banished from going to certain places. Is it like the church? What are the certain places here? So if you are just dating but no sexual relationship, let's see. If you are just dating and there's no sexual relationship, let's see what happened. If there's no sexual relationship proven, it is usually not a criminal case, but it can still cause civil problems. So if you're dating somebody that is married but there's no sexual relationship, it is still, you know, not a criminal case, but it can be a civil problem. Let's see. Be used as a ground for legal separation or annulment cases. So it can help to facilitate annulment. Annulment is the only thing a married person can possibly get in the Philippines, not divorce. So annulment just means that the marriage was not, the marriage is not longer being recognized, but technically they're still married. They're still holding marriage certificates. So we're going to continue with that. So important reality in the Philippines. Marriage remains legally binding until annulled or legally separated. So it says legally separated or annulled, but not divorced. Even if the couple is already separated, they are still considered married under the law. So we should understand that. Simple summary, okay? So this, let's look at the summary. Okay, situation, right? Dating a married woman and sex involved, adultery, okay, legal risks, adultery, both can be go to jail. Dating a married man, just talking, dating without sex, concubinage possible, usually not criminal. Okay, so that is it. That is it for dating in the Philippines. That is it for dating in the Philippines. Let's go to our topic. Main topic is, how do you know that she is married? How can you tell that she is married? There are there should be places where you can do your own investigation to tell that she is married, right? Let's see. In the Philippines, there is no single public sign that always proves a woman is married, but there are several ways to check or notice. Clues: if you are a foreigner dating in the Philippines, here is a step by step approach to reduce the risks of dating someone who is already married. So if you are a foreigner dating in the Philippines, be ready for this. I'm going to give you a step by step. So use it as a step by step tool to avoid going to jail, because you can go to jail as up to 6 years. You can get up to 6 years imprisonment. Okay. Ask directly early in the relationship. You should ask her. But some women will not tell you, you know. Some women will not tell you that I'm married, I've been married, because they like you. Probably they are just separated with the husband and they are scared to miss you to because if they tell you, you will not date them. So they will not tell you the truth. You know, it's very tricky if she doesn't want to tell you the truth. How will you know? You ask if you are married. No, I've not been married. Do you have kids? Yes, I have kids, but I'm not married. Or probably, no, I don't have kids. So how can you tell? Start with a simple step. Ask clearly. Take your time. Sit down with her. Ask her like, hey, are you married? Have you been married before? If she's married or she's been married before, there's no divorce in the Philippines. You should know that. But there is annulment. So how do you determine whether she's married or she has been married before? Okay? Have you ever been married? You have to ask her this kind of question. If you are dating a Filipina, you need to ask her this kind of question, because there is no divorce in the Philippines and she can go to jail, and the two of you can go to jail for that. Are you legally single? Legally single means she's married and she's legally separated, or the marriage has been legally annulled. Okay. They say in the Philippines, divorce is generally not available. So if someone married before, they are still legally married unless they had an annulment. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Annulment can help her to get married again. So if you are dating a Filipina, you need to ask these questions. Make sure you ask. Don't say, oh, she's too young, she's not married. She can be married at 20, 21, 22. So you have to ask and be clear about it. Another thing is you can do your background check. If you're joining the channel, please leave a comment in the comment section. What do you think about this? How can we tell that she is married if she doesn't want to tell you the truth? How can you know? Because if you are dating her and you guys are having sex, that is a criminal offense, and you can go to jail for up to 6 years. 6 years if the husband files a case against you. So these are legal issues that some foreigners don't know, and when they come to the Philippines, they don't know what they are doing. Just meet a beautiful girl. Probably she's in Manila. She was married maybe in Leyte or in the islands. You meet her in Manila working. She just moved out of the husband's house, go to work, and then you get involved. The husband will file a case against you, and you are dead. I don't want to say you are dead, but you are fucked. Important. Some people say they are separated, but legally that still means married. Right. So if she says she's separated, she's still married because she needs to have a document of annulment that the marriage has been annulled. And that also takes a procedure in the Philippines. That also takes some time in the Philippines when to get that annulment. So during that time when she's filing for that annulment and you are dating her, you cannot have sex. You are not allowed to do it. You cannot until she finally gets it. Because if you are involved with her and even one day to getting that document, you know what? You can, the husband can file a case against you and you can go to prison. Because before that annulment, she was still technically married to the husband. So that's very important. So step two, what you can do is check if she uses a husband's last name. Check her last name. Is her last name her husband's last name? So this is very important as well. Make sure you check her last name. Traditionally, Filipino married women change their surname to their husband's surname. So it's the same everywhere in the world. In Cameroon, in Thailand, I think everywhere in the world, once you get married, you change your surname to your husband's surname. Before marriage, Maria Santos. After marriage, Maria Cruz. So that Santos is gone. And now Maria Cruz comes in. You see? So you have to check if she's using her husband's last name. Once you can check that and you discover that before she was Maria Santos and now she was Maria Cruz, now you have to know that that Cruz has come because of something. Why? There's a legal issue. There's a legal issue involved. Probably she's gotten married. And if that Cruz is still there, she's still tied to Cruz, it means there's no separation, there's no annulment. Okay, let's go. But this is not always reliable because some women keep their middle name. So if they keep their middle name, it's not possible. It's difficult for us to check. Some uses their middle name on social media. Okay, so you have to check her documents, check her ID, national ID card. These are things you have to know. Okay, look for a wedding ring. This is obvious. This is obvious. If you see somebody with a wedding ring, you know that they are already married, right? So don't get involved with them if you see that wedding ring. Oh, all right. So look for a wedding ring. Many many married Filipinas wear a wedding ring on the left ring finger. This is the same everywhere in the world. But if you are here and she says, "No, I'm not married," check. I saw a video online, and this girl was sitting with a white boy and texting the boyfriend. So the boy saw, I think the boy looked at her phone and saw that she was texting the boyfriend. And the boy was like, "Oh, you're texting your boyfriend and you told me you're not married. You're single." I said, "No, I don't have a boyfriend." I don't know, for some reason the boy has done his research very well. So he showed her like, "Look, whose picture is this?" And then she was so ashamed. She was so ashamed because she she told him, "Oh, I don't have a boyfriend." They went out for dinner, and then it just ended up he just ended up to disprove her that, "Look, you're lying to me. You have a boyfriend, you're texting him right now. If you love me, why don't you break up with your boyfriend and then come be with me legally?" So that is cheating, and one person will be hurt for sure because uh probably it's not only the boyfriend, it's somebody they are already married. Probably they are married, so it's not the boyfriend, they are married. So let's continue. You look for a wedding ring. So married women do not wear rings. So it's possible that she is not wearing her ring. Some unmarried women wear rings as fashion. So you won't tell if she's wearing that ring as fashion or she's wearing the ring as a wedding ring. So it's another big deal, you know. But you have to do your research. You got to do your research. So this is only possible, not a proof. Yeah, it's a possible clue, not a proof. Check social media carefully. So you go through her social media very, very carefully. One thing is check her profile. If you see any kids, you see any family gathering, who is she sitting next to? How is their sitting position? All those things. Let's see what chat will tell us, because chat is helping me a lot on these topics. But all is about educating people coming into the Philippines, because if you make a mistake and you end up in jail, you will not say that you were not informed. That's why this channel is very important. I use this channel as a means of educating, sensitizing a lot of people. So check social media carefully. It's a Facebook relationship status. Check her Facebook relationship status before you date any lady, any woman. Check her Facebook relationship status. Okay, tag photos. The photos she's been tagged to. They always tag their boyfriends and their husbands. You check that detailedly, even if she tells you she's not married or she doesn't have a boyfriend. Make sure you check. Family pictures. Family pictures. Try to check the family pictures as well. All wedding photos. Comments from relatives. So these are the things you have to check. You know, all wedding photos, family photos. But some of these, she may take them down. But there's always something that will give her out. So that's why I say you have to do your research. Do your due diligence. Make sure you know, you are certain. Okay. In the Philippines, family members often comment like, "Your husband." Okay. So if you see that you are asawa, your asawa means spouse. So if you see asawa in her comment section, know that she is married. Right. So if you are dating a Filipina and you see that and she says, "Oh, I'm not married. I've never been married." Do your checks. Do your legal findings. Do your background check. Go to her social media handle. Check her Facebook. If you see that word asawa, asawa means spouse. So if asawa means spouse, it means she's married, obviously. Thank you for joining the channel. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Let's discuss, how do I tell that a Filipina is married if I'm dating as a foreigner and I don't know if she's married or not? How do I tell? How do I tell if she doesn't tell you that she's married? How do you find out? Okay, let's continue. Asawa means spouse in Filipino. So ask about her children. Also ask about her children. Of course, if you have children, it means there's a man. The children don't come from Angel Gabriel. It's only Mary that had a child from Angel Gabriel, and Joseph was still there by her side. So you find out about her children. If she has children, there's certainly a man, there's certainly a father to those children. So make sure you are aware of these things. Okay. Ask about her children. If she has children, ask politely, "Are you married to the father of your child?" Okay. You ask, "Are you married?" Politely. "Are you married to the father of your child? Have you been married?" You can ask, "Are you currently married or have you been married?" If she's not currently married, but she was married, the question that comes is, do you have a legal annulment certificate? Or do you have a legal, there's no divorce, so separation certificate? If that certificate is not there, she is still technically married. So don't fall for her or for him, because you may end up in jail for dating a married person. Don't fall for them. Okay. Thank you for the 10 million views. Thank you for 10 million views. Keep coming. I know today is Friday evening, but tomorrow morning I'm going live. I know today is Friday evening and most people are out having dinner, and it's morning I think it's morning in the US, and people are going to work. So that's why most of times our viewers are busy. But I would love to have a chat with a few people that I'm waiting on live about this topic. But it's okay, you can always go back to the channel and watch the videos, and watch the live stream. All this live stream is recorded and is directly posted to the channel. So you can always go back to the channel and watch the live stream later. So it's okay if you're not watching it directly, but you can always go back to the channel and then you watch the live stream. So I'm just gonna go through this, and then we'll see how we can do it. Okay. Ask about her children. If she has children, ask politely, "Are you married to the father of your child?" She has to be in some way, you know, linked to the father of her child. So some women have children but are not married, but many are. Many are. So some are not married. Request a senoma. Best legal proof. Senoma. Okay, let's see what is a senoma. The most reliable document is a senoma from the Philippine Statistics Authority. So, yeah, I was going to talk about is the PSA, the Philippine Statistics Authority. If you go there, just take her name, check with the Philippine Statistics Authority to find out if she has been married or not. If she's married, they will tell you. They will not hide that information from you because they know you want to protect yourself legally. You want to stay clear of any legal impediments. Okay. So if proves that a person, so they said the Philippine Statistics Authority, it proves that a person has no registered marriage in the Philippines. You can request it if you are planning marriage. Okay, if you're planning to get married in the Philippines, you must request for this Senoma. Senoma is that certificate that you get from the PST Philippine Statistics Authority, PSA, that will prove that the person you're going to get married to in the Philippines is not legally married. So you have to request that document. You have to check if you actually want to get married in the Philippines. You have to do your own check, own findings, because if you're sleeping with somebody that is married, bro, I'll tell you something, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. If the husband decides to file a case, which a lot of lawyers now are looking for such cases to make money. A lot of lawyers now are going around looking for such cases to make money. So you have to be careful. Okay. You can request it if you are planning to get married. She agrees to show it. If she doesn't agree to show it, can you go and ask? If she refuses strongly, that can be a warning sign. If she says, no, 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 I don't want you to do that, I don't want you to check me, my brother, run, run, no, that can be a warning sign. Watch for behavior, red flags. Okay. Okay, let's see the red flags in a woman that you're planning to get married to in the Philippines. Let's look at the red flags. What are the red flags in a woman that you're planning to get married to in the Philippines? If you're joining me, welcome to the channel. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let's see where you're joining from. What part of the world are you joining from? And let's discuss about some red flags in married women that don't want to disprove or disclose their information that they are married in the Philippines, and you go ahead to date them and you don't know. You don't know. Even though you don't know, you can go to jail. Possible warning signs. She can only meet during daytime. Yeah, that's a warning sign. If she can't go out for dinner with you, if there's anything in the evening and she can't go out, be careful. She never invites you to her home. Aha, that's another red flag. Check those red flags. She avoids video calls at night. Wow. And she only calls you when she gets to the office or when she goes out and stands somewhere alone and she calls you. Bro, you should know all these things. She hides you from family. She doesn't want the family to, she doesn't want the family to know that you guys are dating. So those are possible red flags. She's always busy on weekends. If she's always busy on weekends, she's with the family, of course. So be careful. Be careful. These videos are to educate you, to create that awareness, to let you understand the legal impediments of the legal consequences of getting involved with somebody that is already married. So you should know. Don't fall for that and end up in jail for something you didn't know. If she's always busy on weekends, there's a problem. These sometimes indicate a hidden partner or husband. Number 8, let's go to number 8. Meet her family. In Filipino culture, families are very involved. Yeah, they would like to meet you. They want to have dinner with you. They want to talk to you. If you meet parents, siblings, relatives, it becomes much harder for someone to hide a marriage. If you meet the relatives, they cannot hide. They cannot hide. Okay. Ask local friends. Go around, ask local friends, find out information about the local friends. If you live in the same area, local friends or neighbors often know. You know, this is very straight. If you live in the same area, local friends or neighbors, they often know that, you know, this person is married, she's been married before. Communities in the Philippines can be very socially connected. Very true. Before you even date in the Philippines, people already know, like, they already know. They already know that you like this person before you even say, "Oh, I like her." People in the Philippines already know. So communities in the Philippines, they are very, very socially connected. You cannot hide a relationship. So if you want to find out, go to her community, go to her barangay, ask about her. Like, look, how is this girl? Is she dating anybody? You are finding out this information because you want to rescue yourself. So let's see, best combinations of checks. Ask directly. You have to ask directly. Observe social media. Meet family. Confirm with Sonoma. Important cultural note. Some Filipinos say separated. Oh, my husband left me. Under Philippine law, they are still legally married unless they got they have annulled, unless annulled. If you see, so this is it. I took 40 minutes to go through this because I don't want a situation where foreigners will come into this country and end up having legal problems or end up wasting a lot of money uh, on somebody that is already married and you don't know. It's very sad when you fall in love with somebody that is married and you don't know, you know. So please share this video. Let this video go viral. Thank you.